because Lord Mountbatten was a massive paedophile as well,
Yeah,
has
well, he got
deepened.
blew up by the IRA, didn't he?
He did. Well, literally, they're going to change it to Mountbatten Crescent, aren't they? I've got a problem here. We haven't moved forward really. Well, you've got a choice. You've got Savile Crescent, Mountbatten Crescent, or Prince Andrew Crescent. You fucking choose.
Gary Glitter Grove. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this week's episode of WTAF. My name's Gareth. His name is
Richard.
Richard Willett. Yeah, how are you, mate?
Bit tired. I can't get going this morning. You know, like some days your engine starts, but you kind of, there's a fire in the boot, and you just feel like
Yeah.
I'm not. I might make it. I might not. I think by the time 2 o'clock rolls round, I'll probably be having a nap. I reckon.
Can you daytime nap, can you? I can't do that.
Sometimes I'm not really asleep. Like I'm never really deeply asleep anyway, you know that. But like I'm not really asleep. I'm just laying there. So I kind of nap, resting my eyes, as my dad
Rest
said.
in your eyes. That's what my mum used to say. I'm not asleep. I'm resting my eyes. I don't have time to nap for one. But even in the glory days when I had a bit more spare time, I can't nap in the day. And if I do, I'll feel like crap for it.
Yeah. I don't sleep well at night. Last night again was another 1 o'clock in the morning. And we were up late last night, weren't we? Streaming everywhere, all over the place.
Yeah, well, but my problem is mine's the same as yours though, Rich. So like you watch your men in pants and leotards dancing around together, don't you? That's your
Sometimes.
thing.
Yeah.
Um, Whereas for me, like I will play like either a quick game of NHL on the PlayStation or a quick game of FIFA, something to just take me from like work mode into sleep mode, like just chill. So when we finished the spaces last night, Jay was like, "You're up at 5, off to bed." I'm like, "Well, one, obviously, all right, Dad, but also, if I do that, then I've not stopped from the minute I've got up to from like work, parenting, work, bed. It's like, nah, I need to do
You've got,
something chill, but
yes,
that
you do.
means that I go to bed later. So I've only got myself to blame, really.
No, I'm saying I went downstairs and watched a bit of Stranger Things last night, so that kind of freaked me out a little bit. And I'm just sitting there going, "Oh, all right, I'm going to be up for a while now." So I
I've
don't
not
want
watched
to.
that. Is
It's all
any
right.
is it
Yeah,
okay?
it's first series is really good if you because it's all the Montauk project stuff, and then it just goes a bit mental. But after that, they have to kind of, I suppose, they have to kind of grow like the Harry Potter stuff with the audience as they grow older. It gets darker.
Right.
So yeah, it's all right. It's not amazing, but it's all right. I enjoyed it
Because
again.
it's clearly a thing, isn't it? Like I've had just had a shower and I can't like get you some fluffy hair. My like I had to go and pick up our Christmas pajamas yesterday,
Of course you did.
obviously.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm 43, Rich. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Of course I had to. From Primark, representing.
yeah.
And they had a big section of Stranger Things clothes.
Did
So
they?
I'm assuming it's a thing now.
They've got a series 5 or something coming out soon, I think. But I only just started watching it like a week ago because I was like, I've got nothing else to watch here, and
Really?
yeah, just I sometimes just put it on like you do just to escape, but it always ends up back at the occult and some weird cryptic occult horrible satanic stuff. Anyway, like it's that or a documentary on the female serial killer Eileen Wuornos or whatever her name is. And I thought
Wow.
none of these are particularly erotic.
I used to get called Eileen when I was in high school, actually.
Someone come on you.
No, I've got one leg longer than the other, and
All right, yeah, of course you did.
but no, I was the same. Like me and Gemma would watch like true crime stuff sometimes, not out of like the morbid curiosity, because like some people like true crime's like wow, gangsters, and they get glorified. It's like, dude, he's shooting people in the head.
Mm.
But I like the ones where they solve it, and you're literally like watching how the detective's like brain is ticking and how they're trying to catch a serial killer kind of thing. I find that side of it quite interesting. Um, but yeah, then you end up going down rabbit holes with that stuff, and it's dead depressing. Whereas so far, National Hockey League hockey by EA Sports and FIFA by EA Sports have yet to take me down
Yeah.
a serial killer stroke Tower of Babel rabbit hole. But that's not to say it won't.
No, I must be just you know attracted to this weird shit because it's just I find if anything else is mildly like humorous. then I'll probably just go, "Where's the murder? When's this going to
Actually,
turn?"
I've just remembered during Rona, when they had the BLM stuff going on, I turned on NHL to play a game of hockey like late at night, just before I went to bed, get away from like COVID
But you
shite.
do fight on that quite a bit.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Feels good sometimes.
Uh,
But it flashed up with conscious bias, like check yourself basically. We're all sort of, have this unconscious racism that we, blah blah. I remember like reading this spiel and going, oh, fuck off. Like
Really?
don't be bring yeah, it didn't last long. I think they had lots of complaints and they took it down, but it would come up when you loaded the game. Which is mad, isn't it? Because you're like,
Yeah.
I just want to play a game of NHL, and then it flashes up, you're a racist fuck. And then I'm like, what? So I just went in and just traded away all my black players, like get out of the team then.
Get
Like,
out.
if I'm
Yeah.
racist, then I may as well just fuck off then.
Can't behave yourself.
Yeah.
What we got going on this week then? What's been happening?
Prisoners are being released, mate.
Everywhere. Did you
It's
see the one?
mad, isn't
I
it?
tagged you in one last night. Did you see that one? Yeah, you
Can't
did
keep,
because you reported it this morning. Yeah.
can't keep hold of them, mate. Just cannot keep hold of them. What's funny though is I got a message from a police officer friend of mine, and it was just that news story because I got sent it by a few people, and it just said seriously exclamation mark question mark. It's like even people within the police are going seriously.
So what for the listeners? What happened this time? So this is the second time a high profile, incident where someone's escaped prison. So what's happened this time?
Well, not even escape, Rich. I'd have more respect from if they'd escaped.
That's true. They haven't
But the
Shawshanked
funny,
their way out, no.
it's just released like oh, careless. But what's mad is obviously we had the whole thing with the migrant in the hotel in Epping, in Essex, where he assaulted a 14-year-old girl, sexually assaulted a 14-year-old girl and a woman, and then was arrested. And there's this huge riots in Epping, and well, not huge riots, that's not true. Big protests, sorry, big
Mm.
protests outside the Bell Hotel, and so he's in prison, and then they just released him. Oh, yeah, there you go. Gave him like 600 quid. And when you read the report, he's actually reported as saying to the police officers, like, what's going on? Where am I going? What are you doing? Like, what's happening? Why am I, what? And then he tries to hand himself in later on. So the whole thing is clearly not an accident. Like,
Yeah.
that's just bullshit. And he's on the run, even though he's not clearly on the run. Like, he's a wrong un, but he's actually trying to hand himself in
He's
because
trying to run back.
yeah, put me back in prison. Probably safer in prison, to be fair. It's probably his logic.
Yeah.
Um, and then so then they find him and whatever, and they blame individuals. So it's individual error, like human error. And you're like, oh, okay. Oh, what if we had facial like recognition and surveillance and digital ID? Would that help? I'd just buy it off chance. Would that help? Well, this happened again. They've released another guy accidentally,
I
and
didn't
it's
think they'd do
funny.
it so quick, Gaz. I really didn't. It really made me laugh.
But not even that. But they've released it. He escape leased on the 29th of October, and the prison service only felt they should probably tell the police like 6 days later. By the way, is that the police? Yeah, yeah, he's escaped. Oh, really? When did that happen? Look,
Yeah,
best
is
part of the
he?
week.
Is he still there? Still within the grounds? I doubt it. Why
Very
do you
much
doubt
doubt it,
it? I mean,
mate.
how did he get out that quick? Well, it's been 6 days since it happened. Since we kind of twigged that he might not be in a cell on lockdown.
It's
Um,
mad, isn't it? And another sexual assault person. I think on this one, he's an Algerian. This dude, the other guy was Afghan. He's Algerian. He was,
but
or is he
people
Ethiopian?
don't
So the
think
other one was
about that though, do
Ethiopian.
they?
I struggle keeping up, mate. But yeah, this one was in prison for essentially attempted burglary. From reading it, because it was saying like trespass with intent to steal. So to me,
I
that's
imagine you just accident like not even being able to do the but that's so embarrassing in prison.
it
I'd
is,
make
isn't
up that
it?
I've been on a murder spree if I
I
was in
think you're
prison. What are you
attempted.
in
Yeah,
for? You're not in for attempted burglary, are you? Because that's just pathetic.
that's
And you're gonna,
embarrassing.
no, I did six or seven something murders. I don't know.
Yeah. That's like he's tried to hang himself, but he's used elastic. Um,
On his jogging bobs.
yeah, it's not going to work, mate. But Um, yeah, but he's got a previous for sexual assault, so he's a nice
Yeah.
guy, and he's still on the run.
Oh, we
Like
didn't
bloody
found him yet.
Paul McCartney band on the run. Yeah, no, he's still on the run now, and it's like, well, yeah, of course he is. You didn't tell the police for 6 days, but then you're like, but if we had facial recognition, it would have flagged. So you wouldn't
Yeah.
even need to let the police know. It would flag, and it would tie then into his digital ID. So then he wouldn't be able to access certain places, food. Well, yeah,
It's
yeah,
so obvious, isn't
it's
it? So I have got the
embarrassing, mate.
story here, yeah. The Justice Secretary said not to have accurately informed of key facts at the time when he repeatedly failed to answer questions on further mistaken releases. This guy, where has that gone then? Wait a minute, because it's
Is
giving me
that
the wrong
Lammy, the
one.
Justice Secretary?
I think he is now. So there's probably a
Fuck
reason why
me.
they've all been let out. Here he is. Wait a minute. It's all gone back to front here. There you go. Wandsworth prison manhunt latest. David Lammy under pressure as search continues for mistakenly released prisoners. Prisoners?
Yeah, well, this is the thing because like I made the point before that you've got 88,000 prisoners in the UK, yet they only seem to release the dangerous, you know, sexual predators. They don't release Steve who fiddled his accounts. Like, so they've thrown us a Steve.
Yeah.
I don't even know if his name's Steve, but they've thrown
No.
us a white guy as well who's been released who
Oh, another one is there? Okay.
who's there for fraud.
Oh, right. I like
Yeah,
the
so
fact that he's
that
for
then
fraud.
that means no, the mistakes aren't planned because look, Steve fraud.
But that's also subconsciously that goes. White people only go to prison for fraud. People of darker
Algerian
skinned,
descent.
Algerian or Muslim or whatever, they're all they go to prison for sex offences. That's subconsciously that's gone down into the ether of the anal gland, and you've taken it in of the white collar crimes for
Yeah.
the British.
But it's easily done, right? I can confess, Rich, right? I'm guilty of this. So I went into work this morning, did trending. I've driven back home to do WTAF because do you know what I mean? Why not?
Why not?
And as I'm driving, right, I listen to Talk Sport in the car, so it's generally sport. So again, just give me half an hour without political bollocks. And but they've just for some reason I don't know why Talksport are doing it, but they've just done this sting operation, right, on this guy, well, a series of people, but one particular guy who's basically selling driving tests where people are trying to trying to book in a driving test, but they can't because there's no space or whatever. This guy's booking them in for like 200 quid. And he's even given them a pass for like 400 quid. 400 quid, and you get your test and a guaranteed pass, which obviously he can't guarantee. And it turns out he's a fraudster, right? And so they just take the money and then he just stops replying and just disappears. Obviously, there is
Right.
no test and there is no whatever. And when the lady who's a journalist like had this undercover operation and they obviously they've recorded it, when they said, and this is how he responded, I knew what he'd sound like. Right. And when he started talking, I was trying to do the impression, and I realized that would be borderline, like,
Yeah.
and he sounded like, Rubber Dinghy Rapids, bro, but with a slightly, I reckon, Indian stroke Bangladeshi, is that how you say it?
Bangladesh.
Bangladeshi accent. And I knew he'd sound like that. And I was right. So does that mean that, do you know what I mean? Does that make me bad? Because actually I was right.
No, no, it makes you. It's just going on previous experience of fraudulent test
Well,
drivers.
when I get phone calls, cold calls from scam artists, they don't ever sound like posh, you know, Eton boys.
No,
They
they
all
don't.
sound the same.
Yeah, they never say, "Oh, I'm just ringing you up to see if you'd like to upgrade your mobile phone." They never sound like that, do they? No.
They don't, mate. They always sound the same. And they come from a call center
They
in
do.
Mumbai.
Manhunt continues after news emerged of two more mistakenly released prisoners. Um, and yeah, two more. I didn't realize it was two more. So that's three on the run. Um, Brilliant. Get digital ID in there, in it,
Well,
really.
just be frightened, Rich. I think that's at the end of the day, mate. There's loads of immigrants in the country. They all want to kill you, particularly.
Mm,
And,
me.
even when we catch them and put them in prison, you're still not safe because we're just fucking let them out.
Yeah, it's more of a hallway. We let them in one end and out the other. They just come in for a bit of shelter for a little while.
Yeah, we just get them a jolly good feed,
Butlins.
and off they go again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this might be why. This is in West London, Southall. Police officers tried to stop undercover police officer from arresting someone.
I love that shit.
It's brilliant. He's going the undercover police officer who's obviously done a good job of being undercover because the other police officers who look about 14 are trying to arrest him, and he's telling them that, that I'm an undercover police officer, and they're still going trying to arrest him. And obviously that would be my first excuse, would be like, if I got nicked for, attempted robbery, I would say I'm an undercover police officer. So there's a lot of confusion going on, but it's really funny. And then there's in the background, there's the person he's trying to arrest. So this is going, like, looking around, going, I don't know. He's in handcuffs because he's been arrested by the other bloke. I don't know what's going on. It
It's going
doesn't
nuts,
bode.
mate.
It doesn't bode well, does it? Really?
No, I if I was like caught in bed by the police with a prostitute, I'd say I was undercover.
Yes, you would be undercover.
It works. It works on both.
It does, doesn't it?
That's symbolism. It
Yeah.
works on
Oh.
two levels. That.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That. Yeah, but so there. Yeah, police try to stop undercover police from arresting someone. So 3 arrests in one, and only one person is actually guilty of anything allegedly.
I've got to say, allegedly, mate.
Yeah.
I saw Unity News Network were having to put out some allegedly stuff because they've. Well, it's weird actually. So there was I'll go straight back to the migrants thing again. There was the stabbing where the Afghan migrants stabbed 3 people in the street in Uxbridge. One of them died. I think one of them. I think maybe yeah. I think it was
Jesus.
just one of them that died. Either way, like horrendous.
Mm.
And it Unity News Network said that he'd been one of the like 40,000 plus that were released early. Remember when the government released loads of violent criminals so that they could put people in prison for tweets?
Yes.
Well, he was reportedly one of them. And so then basically Unity News Network then basically said, look, we've been threatened with take that down, but we're not because essentially there's loads of evidence for it. And I found evidence on the BBC and Telegraph and the Guardian, and then found evidence on the BBC, the Telegraph, and the Guardian that no, he wasn't. Well,
Right.
what? We can't both be true. To make it, what do you mean? Is it just 2 reporters have got 2 sets of facts? Like either he was released early from prison, or he wasn't. Like they did.
One of them's wrong.
One of them literally has to be wrong.
Yeah.
It's not like half of them escaped and stabbed someone, and the other half is in fucking Wandsworth. Like, making sense. And it just goes to show, like, I swear the media just make up shit as they go along after.
Oh, of course they do. No one's going to bloody check, are they?
No.
What we got next then?
Israel, mate. I know, like, people might think we've gone in heavy on them lately. I am a bit sad that the wall liquors seem to have all dried up. I was sort of enjoying that from.
I was enjoying that.
But they're all back now, with their orders. But this thing with Israel, like we spoke about it before in terms of the IDF soldiers raping the Palestinian prisoner. Now, there's reports of that go back freaking decades. This isn't a new thing, but obviously that video emerged, didn't it? And it's horrendous. If
It is
people haven't seen
horrible,
it,
yeah.
I wouldn't bother watching it, to be honest, because it's just freaking horrible. Where they're all obviously in it together, piling up shields and trying to hide what's going on from the CCTV cameras. It's just fucking grim. And if it was a Hamas person doing it, or a gang of Hamas fucking guys doing it to an Israeli, you wouldn't fucking hear the end of it. It would be lead story on every news bulletin. Yet,
For 60 years.
yeah, probably, but it's crickets in the media, and it's absolute crickets from the wall lickers. They won't have anything to do with it. But what's mad is obviously as soon as those accusations came out about the rape, they did the whole Shaggy thing like they do. It wasn't me. It's an anti-Semitic blood libel, all that usual bollocks. And then the video of it emerged, and then it's like, oh, damn, that's annoying. Yeah, we'll arrest the guys and we'll question them. And then a load of Israelis try to break them out of prison and
I remember
protested that
yeah.
they've been arrested. It's like,
What world do you live in?
yeah, I'm Edvard Munch's Scream at the moment in reaction
Yeah.
to you literally like protesting rapists. Fucking
They
what?
should have put him in prison in England. They'd just let him out the other
Well,
end.
exactly, yeah, could have
Yeah.
just done that. Sorry. But then it emerged that the person that released the footage was actually the head lawyer of the IDF. I'm not going to try and say her name, but the head lawyer of the IDF, she's the one that released the footage because
Mandy.
Mandy will do. Because in her view, basically the media the government and a lot of Israeli society, particularly the far right settler types, were attacking the people that were trying to get justice. So Israeli lawmakers that are trying to hold these 5 guys to account for rape, which used to be seen as a bad thing, they're being called traitors, and these 5 attackers are like appearing on TV like fucking celebrities. It's mad. So she released this footage, with the idea that once people see the footage, then they'll go, oh, okay, shit, that is pretty bad. Then they fucking arrested her,
I know.
and she's in prison now. But the 5 people, the fucking rapists, I don't
They're
know where they
doing
are.
a, they're
Home
doing a,
bargains, probably.
well, they're doing a book tour. They're doing a book tour. They're going, oh, we will be acquitted of what? We'll
I've
be
seen the fucking video, you
we'll be
dickhead.
acquitted of being caught doing what we were doing.
Well, do you know what the
That's
joke is, Rich? They will be acquitted
I
as
know
well.
they will. Yeah.
They will be. They'll absolutely get away with it, because that's what happens. That's what happened when the Israelis clearly raped that poor British girl on Cyprus. They just get away with it.
Mm.
And she was found in contempt, and that she'd consented to this big gang sex with these blokes, even though she was a fucking lesbian. Yeah, all right, mate.
Yeah, it's,
Utter
it's
bullshit.
depraved land. Absolutely disgusting,
Well,
depraved
yeah,
land.
it's what happens when you tell people that they're better than everyone else, and everyone
Yeah.
else is below them, and they believe it.
That's because in their
What
mind,
do
in
you
their
say?
tiny little backwards minds, demented minds, they've been brought up to think that the person that they did that to isn't human.
Well, the fucking people like Ben Gvir and fucking what's his face, the former defense minister, I forget his name now. He's wanted for war crimes as well as Netanyahu.
Mm.
He says they're human animals, like, and that's how they see them, as human animals. So fuck them, like they don't give a shit. It's honestly, it's so twisted.
That's,
And
that's,
also, did you
yeah.
see, Rich, that they're now passing through the Knesset? Fucking Netanyahu signed off, and now they're trying to pass it through the Knesset to essentially, if a Palestinian is convicted of killing an Israeli, they are sentenced to death. Now, people might listen to this and go, "Well, fuck them. If they've killed an Israeli, then eye for an eye." I don't believe in eye for an eye, but whatever. I don't believe that the state should have the ability to kill its citizens or kill anyone,
No.
because ain't like they're going to take advantage of that, is it? But at the same time, Palestinians aren't tried in civil courts in Israel as Israeli citizens are, because this is part of the apartheid. They're tried in military courts with, I think it's about a 99.7% conviction rate. So in other words, if I accuse him of doing it, he fucking done it.
Yeah, and this is the witches thing, isn't it? It's the whole witches
Yeah.
thing. If you didn't do it, you didn't do it, but you're going to kill you. We'll only know if you didn't do it if we kill you anyway. It's
Yeah.
a whole kind of it's a disgusting place, and it's not the Israeli
It is
people,
disgusting. Yeah.
obviously.
Well,
It's
it's
the
some of them.
military. Some of them, yeah, of course, it'll be some of them, but it's not the vast majority of them. But this guy, sometimes you should be rewarded for what you haven't done. Um, Sometimes you just want a reward, and when you don't get that reward,
You're not happy.
you're not happy, and you just think, well, I'm so special, needs that I have to make up a award. You'll make one up for me. So guess who didn't get their Nobel Peace Prize?
I was going to say, even before you said Nobel Peace Prize, I thought, right, well, this sounds like narcissistic behavior. This can only be Donald Trump.
Yes, it's Donald Trump because he didn't get his Nobel Peace Prize because he hasn't created any peace anywhere other.
Not done
He's
it.
done the absolute opposite by sending billions to the IDF, who slaughtered 70 plus thousands, and that's a conservative number of Palestinians, plus 20,000 children, including 20,000 children. And I know they're not the real numbers, by the way, but they're the official numbers. So he had to get a new one, didn't he? So FIFA president Gianni Infantino has announced the creation of the Peace Prize. The FIFA Peace Prize. You
What
know,
does that even mean?
I don't know what that means. I don't know. To be awarded each year to individuals who help unite people in peace through unwavering commitment and special actions. This guy who paid for the genocide and mass murder of Palestinians is going to get a peace prize by the looks of it from FIFA. Now,
Yeah, well, he's bombed Iran. He's sanctioning more and more weapons to Israel and to Ukraine. and they're going into Venezuela. So I say peace, man.
Absolute peace. And what that means is the sort of peace you get when you're, that person next door you really hate dies. And you think, oh,
Yeah,
and the one that kept just kicking off loads of noise, and they weren't really making any noise, it's just you were a dickhead. And then that sort of peace. What they mean by peace, it means peace of mind for these lunatics. So the inaugural award will be presented on the 5th of December during the World Cup draw in Washington, D.C. Well, I wonder if he'll get that then, which Donald Trump is expected to attend. It's basically an awards evening for Donald Trump because he didn't get the Nobel Peace Prize, sponsored by FIFA.
that Infantino guy's weird. Anyway, he's always proposing new changes to football to make him seem more relevant. That will just make the game even worse than they've already tried to make it.
Well, it'll
But
be
the World
they'll be
Cup's
shooting all the Palestinians.
is it next year? The World Cup? It's in America, Canada, or USA, Canada, and Mexico. I think all three of them are hosting it.
Fucking hell, that's bound to not be some sort of satanic weird ritual that might go completely wrong.
And I want to see what's her face from the Supremes, Diana Ross. I want to see her miss a penalty again.
Oh yeah,
That was
she's
so
still
fun.
alive.
She's got to be alive, isn't she?
I think she just about is.
I think
Yeah.
they've had a stuff.
Oh yeah. I want to see
Wouldn't take much filling.
I want to see Ivanka Trump sing the national anthem.
Is that the daughter or the ex-wife?
I think it's the daughter, isn't it? I get
Because
them
there's
mixed up as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
because there's the ex-wife
I
who's
think Donald gets them mixed up sometimes as well.
probably does, mate. Yeah, she's had more fucking facial surgery than fucking Sylvester Stallone's mum. It's
Cool.
just
That
mad.
was a Rocky Horror Show, literally.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, so there you go. FIFA are gonna give Donald Trump an award because he didn't get his Nobel Peace Prize. I don't like, when we're not here anymore. Please remind me that he was here and what happened. This is why we do. When
This
we're
is
on the other side, can we just sit down and watch WTAF? Like even just a few episodes to remind ourselves that this is the stupid shit that happens on this place.
I don't think I'd even believe myself if I was watching myself talking about it.
No, I think
It's
I've
that
got.
bonkers.
Yeah,
Like that whole thing in New York at the minute with that Mandari guy, is that his name? The new mayor.
something
I
like
mean,
that.
that's all bullshit anyway. He's obviously just going to be another front man for the cult, of
Of course.
course, and it's all a game of chess and it's all pantomime bollocks. I get that. But Trump giving it that whatever his name is in New York. It's like you're supposed to be a president and someone's just been elected mayor and you're going whatever his name is in New York. And Elon Musk did the same, like whatever his name is. It's like you know what his name is.
They're a
So
bunch of.
stop being so fucking childish.
Cause every honestly, these people are. I mean, Elon Musk is on the spectrum, but these people aren't. They aren't very well at
They're not
all.
well.
They're
No,
not
they're not
well
well.
at all. They're sick, and they've been allowed to be mental and be praised for being mental. So they've just carried on and got worse and worse and worse.
Yeah.
Their time will come because it always does for the cult assets. They always do. But
Oh, they're done with them. Dick Cheney's see ya. Bye.
yeah, well, he's gone. Yeah, he
He's
has
gone.
gone. Yeah, go on then. What's the next one?
Yeah, I mean, I was going to talk about the Mandari thing, but yeah, it's not really much of a story other than the fact that everyone's just losing their shit over it.
Well,
And
have
it,
you
I
seen
mean,
that they've started to put? I saw a tweet from someone saying that literally the next morning, and I've got one here actually.
oh right,
That
no.
there were swastikas all over the schools. Of course, there fucking wasn't. Or you did them yourself.
Well, the latter will be the case.
Yeah.
And I remember I saw a picture that someone said, look, there's the security camera and it's pointing literally right at where it is. So let's see the footage of who done it then.
Mm.
Because they've got absolute form for that
Oh, of
of,
course they have. Yeah.
spraying swastikas on their own stuff.
Mm.
I mean, there are, dickheads out there that will do that. But of the big high profile ones, 9 times out of 10, if you Google that and go through all the news stories, mate, the amount of times they get caught doing it themselves, it's fucking mad. And the idea as well that suddenly because there's a Muslim mayor that suddenly and they keep calling him a jihadist and all this kind of stuff. Like I don't know the guy, and like I say, he will just be another front man for these fuckers anyway.
Yeah.
And it's all a scam. So I've got no skin in the game for that guy. But what has made me laugh is obviously all that stuff where they're saying, "Oh, look, fucking world's going to end now. He's in charge." Oh yeah, because it was great when Cuomo was there before and stuff. When New York was amazing.
Yeah, no, it's
I
fucking
literally
Gotham
stopped going to
City.
New York, mate. I've stopped going to New York. Like I would go to New York and watch the Rangers. The last time I went to Nashville to watch the Rangers, and I went to St. Louis to watch the Rangers because I'm like, I'm fucked. I'm going to New York
Yeah,
anymore.
it's a
Like it's a
shithole.
shithole,
It is a shithole.
shithole. and horrible. And I'm not someone that's frightened of places. Like I'm not bothered. Like I remember walking down the street in New York and it went the wrong way, and I had this guy look at me and he just went, "People get killed around here for looking like you." And I just turned around and walked off, thinking, "Dickhead." But the last time I was in New York, I was on fucking edge. It's like it's just not nice. It's a horrible atmosphere now.
Yeah.
It's not a nice place anymore. So what? So as if this guy's going to make it worse. I mean, it's fucked anyway. But the amount of people that were putting up pictures on the morning he got elected of the Twin Towers, like of the planes hitting the towers,
Oh
going,
yeah.
New York forgot. And it's like, because they elected a Muslim. Well, even if it was Arab hijackers, which it fucking
It
wasn't,
clearly wasn't. Everybody
clearly
knows
wasn't.
that. Yeah.
But even if it was, why is he, who was 10 years old at the time, responsible for it? Like, it makes no sense. But obviously, it wasn't, Arab hijackers. So all these people are doing, some of them within the alternative media as well, which is what makes me laugh. All you're doing is you're showing that you believe the official story of 9/11. That's fucking embarrassing.
Yeah.
Or you don't believe the official story of 9/11, but you're willing to go along with it to make the villain of this guy, which is actually even more embarrassing. So
It's
which one is it?
worse. It's worse. It's the second one is far worse because you're knowingly talking shit. Now you can't deny. No one out there can deny that the occult symbology behind 9/11 is so blatant, so obvious, spoken about for the last how many years is it now? 24 years. It's it's so obvious that it's clear as day an occult ritual. But these people know that. So if you're in the main alternative media and you're talking like that, get the fuck out because go and do something else with your time. Because I'm bored of it.
It's just
I'm just
embarrassing.
bored of it. It's like go and do something else. Just go and do something else because there is an actual legitimate issue here that people are trying to get to the bottom of, or at least stave off before the fucking lunatics take over. Just go and do something else. You don't get paid much to do this. Just go and do something else, unless you do and you're on the
Oh,
Zionist
some of
payroll.
them get seriously
Well,
paid to do
exactly,
this, mate.
exactly. And the whole point of this guy was to stir the pot, and oh look, the Muslims are taking over. Oh, we're going to be law. Oh, so you basically got a choice between Sharia law. Is that how you pronounce
Sharia,
it?
Sharia.
Sharia law.
Shakira, Shakira, Shakira.
Oh, mine's some Shakira law. Humble like mountains.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lucky that my breasts are small and humble, so you don't confuse them with mountains.
and I didn't.
No,
I absolutely didn't. But now I've got mountains in my mind, and every time I go up Snowdon, you know.
you don't feel like a tit.
At the top, didn't make it to the top, too high.
Little nipple
Um,
from the top.
you made it to the top. What am I saying? I've just got tits in my head now. Where am I going with
Um,
this? Oh,
sh-
this
law.
guy. Sharia law, or the Noahide laws. Which ones do you want? Because they're the fucking same.
Yeah, they're part of the bad news Bible. Either way.
Either way, yeah. A Bible's got a front cover and a back cover, and you're wedged straight in the middle. It doesn't matter which Abrahamic nonsense you believe, it's the same bollocks. And that's the point. They're playing all three off against each other. And it's not the Jews. They're being played off too. All three Abrahamic religions have been played off by this satanic death cult. And they're right now stirring up the pot in the UK and the US against the Muslims, Christians
Yeah.
against Muslims. You're all supposed to be annihilating each other, but you're all three of you prats will be taken apart by this. So this is just you can see it head nod. Tommy Robinson got off this week, not with his sister. He had got off whatever he was charged with, terrorism. And to be fair, I don't think he should have been in court
No,
for
for
that.
refusing the police to entry to his phone. Well, yeah,
Yeah,
good. I
good.
wouldn't have been either.
No, exactly, and I agree. He shouldn't be, and I think most people would. Um, but would he got off if he hadn't been to Israel a couple of weeks before and done what
Well,
he's told? Of
they're using him, aren't they? And
course they are.
they're
Yeah.
using people on the other side the same. And as soon as they're done with them, just like politicians, they'll either give them a picture of a Spitfire and send them on their way, or
Mm.
more likely destroy them to achieve another fucking notch on the agenda bedpost.
Yeah. Let's
Whatever it
just
might be.
don't get involved. That's the
Well,
fucking
that's
main
it.
thing.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it?
Don't
If
go
you
down that road.
Well, yeah, I mean, I thought that when he was getting his ass handed to him by those people in Israel, where he was just basically being humiliated.
Mm.
And it's like, yeah, if you get into bed with people, in the end, that sort of shit's going to happen. Like,
It's
how
too
about
late.
just don't get in bed with anyone
Yeah,
and
it's
just
too
be your
late
own
though.
man.
So this one who's made me laugh though. This person's not done so well at the moment. But then again, I don't think he really gives a shit because he doesn't sweat. Should Prince Andrew Drive be renamed? Imagine living on Prince Andrew Drive.
Well, I'm assuming he's not the only Prince Andrew, is he? It's not like a, H from Steps situation, having the same name as the Lost Prophets guy, is it? What was his name? Do you know?
Yeah, can't remember his name now either. But yeah, that's. Oh, what's his? Oh no, that's gonna annoy me now. I want to say Alan, but it's not Alan, is it?
It's not Alan, but it is that kind of name, isn't it?
It is a very normal name.
Summit Watkins.
Yeah, it is Watkins.
Ian Watkins.
Ian Watkins, that's his
Ian
name.
Watkins of Lost Prophets is a fucking, well, he's dead, but he was a paedophile. And yeah, when he went to prison, everyone had a go at Ian Watkins, aka H from Steps.
which was a tragedy.
What a
Sh-
tragedy.
Should Prince Andrew Drive be renamed? What would they rename it to? Sky News did not find anyone on Prince Andrew Drive who disagreed with them, with the king's decision to strip his brother of his titles. Get your pants off. But there was no consensus on whether the road needs a new name. That made me laugh because there was a lady on there that hasn't saved it called like Margaret, and she's going, "Yes, it's disturbing that it's named after Prince Andrew." What about you?
But he's not the only Prince Andrew, is he?
Yeah, but I've got there's like lanes called Savile Crescent,
Savile
like
Row
Savile
in
Row.
London.
Exactly. You're going to rename it? Isn't that Savile Row a place or is it a closed store? Posh,
Savile Row is a place where there's lots of,
posh closed stores.
yeah, supposedly.
God, imagine that when
Um,
like you were working there and you thought, John, we're going to have to change the sign, mate.
oh, okay. No, there's only been one Prince Andrew. There's only one Prince Andrew. Right, in
Thank
which
God.
case, yeah, fuck it, get rid of it.
Yeah. So, oh no, this is where it was. So I hate it. Shirley told us.
Yeah, Shirley fucking
She
hates
don't
it.
fucking like it, and she won't stop talking about it. Every time she goes to give her address, it leads to a snide remark or joke at her expense. You live on that pedo's road, don't you?
It's not her expense.
No, she didn't do
How's it
it.
her expense?
Yeah. Oh,
Unless she's a
paedophile.
paedophile, it's not on her. It's not her expense, is it? It's Sir
Oh,
Andrew's expense.
no wonder you're sending those dirty mags through the mail. She lived on on Prince Andrew Drive in Telford, Shropshire, for 35 years. As the national scandal around Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, we're going there now,
Oh yeah,
as is now called. Oh, he's gone back, has he? Mountbatten. Well, that's not even going to help because Lord Mountbatten was a massive paedophile as well.
yeah.
Has
Well, he got
deepened.
blew up by the IRA, didn't he?
He did. Well, literally, they're going to change it to Mountbatten Crescent, aren't they? I've got a problem here. We haven't moved forward really. Well, you've got a choice. You've got Savile Crescent, Mountbatten Crescent, or Prince Andrew Crescent. You fucking choose.
Gary Glitter Grove, please.
Biker Grove. That would be. I'd have
Uh-huh,
watched that.
uh-huh,
Yeah.
uh-huh.
PJ and
Baker,
Duncan.
Baker Grove.
A few years ago, another resident started a petition to change the name of the road, and somebody covered up part of the street sign. What part? The Crescent. It just said Prince
You said
Andrew.
Prince Andrew. Yeah, just get rid of the crescent bit. It's the crescent that offends people. Well, really? What do you mean?
Fucking hell. Shirley was still on her ranch. She said, I think we should change it, she told us. But don't ask me what to. I'm asking you, Shirley,
Yeah, I've asked you now already.
because you've caused a problem here. You've said, let's take Prince Andrew's name off there. You're going to have to come up with a. You can't just live nowhere, with a place with no name.
What's rubber and flies across the water at 100 mile an hour?
Dumbo's dick. I don't know.
Mountbatten's flip flop. Do you not remember that? He got blown up by the IRA when he was on a boat, didn't he?
He did get home. Yeah, he did.
They
Because he
blew up
could.
his boat with him on it.
Yeah.
But there wasn't. I swear. I hope I'm not fucking misremembering. I swear there was some lad on the boat as well, wasn't there? Which
I
again
heard there was,
throws
yeah.
into question, what the fuck. But obviously that lad
Was
lost his life as well, which is
was he
sad.
the guy that was it Wales or Ireland? I think it was Wales. All of these children's homes. What was it? What was it called? It was a while back. And it was all these fake Glen Hoddle. These do you
Well,
know
Scotland had a lot, and Glenn sounds Scottish, but also Ireland and Wales. Yeah,
I
they
think it was
all
Ireland and Wales. Yeah,
fucking Celts
yeah. Do you remember when Glenn Hoddle said that people are in wheelchairs because they've done something bad in their previous life?
in a previous life. Yeah, he lost his job as England manager, didn't he? As a result of those comments, I think. Pretty sure he did.
He wouldn't today. He's probably managing the Israeli team. Go on then.
Well, yeah, they put people in wheelchairs, don't they? So
Oh,
be
you
well
feel
happy about it.
fucking hell, yeah.
Amount
Save
of
you.
Palestinian footballers they've shot in the legs, honestly, it's insane. Um, Face masks are back, and it's in Derbyshire as well. Mandatory, mate. I saw it. Obviously, Kerry put it in the work group, didn't she? And I was like, what? I was thinking that she'd put it in there as like a, do you remember how mental things were? But
Yeah.
no, it's from yesterday. Because of another, not COVID, another highly contagious disease is on the loose
Oh,
in a Derbyshire hospital.
has he got a
So
name?
face masks are now mandatory. Prince Andrew, I think. Um, no, I don't know what it's called because I haven't got the news story in front of me. I hope it's monkeypox.
Oh, it'll be something like that. It'll be
I mean, the
the
problem, the reason is I could just find it right, but the story was in Derbyshire Live, and Derbyshire Live is one of those that when you go on the website, right, it's just pop-up ads.
oh, so
Oh,
annoying.
mate, they kill me.
And they still keep popping up after you actually come off the website as well. This one then, I'll just do this one quick. Oh no,
Oh,
have you got
hang
it?
on, hang
You
on.
got it?
No, there's BBC.
Oh, same.
Hospital reintroduces mandatory face mask rule. Right, I don't recognise that hospital. A hospital has reintroduced face masks rules in a number of departments. Oh, a rise in flu cases.
Just flew.
Chesterfield Royal Hospital NHS Foundation. That's only half an hour from me. That they're asked to wear face masks with immediate effect.
Get in
The
there.
mandatory rule has been applied. See, this makes me laugh, right? So it's a mandatory rule which follows the staff, patients, and visitors are being asked to wear face masks. So that's what mandatory means. It means it's only mandatory if you consent to it. If you don't, mean anything.
Oh, well, exactly. That's the point. It's that implied do it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the same with Starmer, mandatory digital ID. It's mandatory if I'm an idiot and I agree to it. I'm not going to,
Yeah.
as you were.
Well, these symbols. You sent me something about symbols this morning, and
Yeah, that is weird.
that is really weird to do with when Dick Cheney's Dick died. But also today, these no farmers, no food. You see these signs everywhere, and I've said this the last few weeks about the 600,000 sparks of the iron soft. That number keeps popping up everywhere. It's basically in Kabbalah, this bloke called Adam Cadman was supposed to have exploded. There's other different versions of this, and he was sick. He was exploded into 600,000 sparks. So his soul is now trapped. That's the Jewish soul, and now it's trapped in all sorts of people, and that's why they try and free people and free the Jewish spark to go home, and then put a little like eternal flame where they've actually shot them like Diana and JFK and that lot. It's a cult thing that goes through the Kabbalah. But
Right.
so today, the effect of family farm tax means we will lose the farm. But bear in mind, we are the smallest farm locally. We have inherited a tax liability of 600,000. What are the chances? I'm not saying they're in on it, the farmers. I'm saying that these things are done on purpose with these specific numbers and they're popping up all the time. So this is kind of a part of that shows that kind of play to get rid of the farm foods and do all of that to the farmers is clearly part of well, we knew that anyway, but there's the occult is always there. You always find the 600,000 or um, 600,000, or there's like 60,000 or 6,000 because they don't really count the zeros in the Kabbalah. It's a mute number, so it doesn't really matter how many zeros you put each way. It's
As
very,
long as it's six,
as long
basically.
as it's six, yeah. So it's obviously they're just ramping up this crap, basically.
Well, we're facing it again, aren't we? With the budget, they keep talking about the budget and how bad the budget's going to be. What they do with that is they tell you the budget is going to be like 1,000 out of 1,000 horrendous, and then they release the budget and it's like 998 horrendous, and people go, "Oh, whew,
Thank God for that.
thank God for that."
Yeah.
Yeah, I only got rogered up the arse 998 times. I was frightened. It'd be 1,000. That's what they do, but it will obviously be awful.
Yeah,
But I think that's part of the risk I think that they're taking, Rich, where they're running for the finish line as they are. The more people that they fuck over,
mm,
and the more people they leave with nothing, basically, the more people that they're going to have to fucking face later on. Because as long as people have still got something to cling on to a little bit, like, oh, I've still got a little nest egg, or I've still got this, I've still got that. Overwhelmingly, they don't stand up, unfortunately, because they go, oh, well, I'm just got to protect this. I'm all right. Whereas once you've taken that away, well, what you got to lose, mate?
yeah. This
Like, you might as
doesn't
well
work
start
out
fucking
for them.
haymaking.
Yeah, in the end, this doesn't work. The numbers are not in their favour, and even if they killed a load of people off, they're still not in their favour. It doesn't work like that. So they know that they're on to hide into nothing, but they just think hiding is probably a great. How long can we hide for? Keep in the shadows for, but they're not long now because people are really, I know you're going to get the mainstream media and alternative mainstream media, the BAM, pretending like all of this isn't happening. But people, as you said last night out on the, I think it was last night on the tweet, it all blends into one on the spaces that out there is not. This isn't real life on X. You go out there and most people are just as normal as they were 6 years
Yeah,
ago,
yeah, yeah.
7 years
They
ago.
are.
They're just like, they don't know about this shit. And you see all these people getting so ramped up on Twitter about um, Nick Fonteres and all of these guys shouting their mouths off like the world actually gives a shit. And it's like, you do realize that people outside of Twitter don't know who you are. They haven't got a clue who you are. They'll know a Donald Trump and an Elon Musk, but they don't have a clue that some of these people who think they've got this really big, powerful reach have. They don't. Most people don't actually even look into any of this stuff, which is a blessing and a curse at times.
Yeah, but what people do notice is they notice when they're skint. That's the thing. Like, they notice when they can't afford groceries, and they notice when they can't feed the
Yeah.
kids, and pay the electricity bill or whatever. So that's when you have these politicians that are out there saying, well, under Labour you're going to get X, Y, and Z, and same in America. You're going to get this and that, and people are looking and going, "I'm gonna fucking laugh, mate. I've got a pot to piss in."
Mm.
Um, and that's a dangerous point for them, I think, mate. Where people are actually like, I can see people standing up.
What did you say? Yeah, exactly. Without the divide and rule, but all of this kind of Muslims against Christian stuff that's clearly being fostered. So you've got the alternative media that, especially in the UK and the US, pushing this anti-Muslim thing, and then you have the mainstream media pushing this kind of everyone's an Islamophobe, and that's wrong. They've kind of inverted it a little bit here, um, but the polarities are there as well.
Yeah, they
Uh,
always are.
but it's quite obvious what's happening. But when you go, I've got people of the Muslim faith living like 2, 3 doors down. I mean, absolutely lovely people. Of course they are. I don't give a shit about the faith. Couldn't care less. But as you say, most people are good people and they don't really give a shit about any of this stuff, which is something I think worth remembering.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Um, you see that Italian journalist at the EU Parliament,
Nope.
mate? It's mad. So there's a woman, I don't know if she is, giving some speech, and she's obviously been going off on one about how Russia needs to pay for the rebuilding of Ukraine after the war. I think BlackRock will be doing that, love. But um, he then asked the question. He says, obviously he's an Italian guy. He's like, you've repeatedly stated that Russia has to pay for the rebuilding of Ukraine. Do you believe? And he's very calm. Do you believe that Israel should pay for the rebuilding of Gaza? Because obviously there's no civilian infrastructure left. There's nothing. Like, they've
Mm.
destroyed it. Um, she says that's a very interesting question that you pose, and not one that I will be answering today. Okay,
It's
I'll
just
just
a simple yes or no.
just bold as brass. He within 24 hours has been sacked by the Nova news agency in Italy,
Fuck's sake.
and you're like, but that's a legitimate question. Like, even if you don't agree with it,
All
even if
questions are legitimate.
well,
Every single
exactly.
bloody question is a legitimate question,
But
whether you think so or not.
even if you go, no, I don't think Israel should have to rebuild it actually because of X, Y, and Z. What's wrong with asking the question?
Because it put
So to
her in that. Yeah,
fire the
well,
guy, I
exactly.
hope he fucking sues the shit out of him.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. Well, the answer is yes, they fucking should, but they won't. Obviously, they won't, and it's all connected in with one and the same anyway.
Yeah. Well, the
So,
American taxpayer will pay to rebuild it.
well, of course they will.
That's what happened.
Yeah, and then you'll have your
Not for the
little pl
Palestinians either.
little place where you'll go run on the Mount of Olives before you'll get nuked off the top of the fucking thing, and that'll be a laugh.
Sounds great fun.
What way to go? What a way to go. You'll have a bunch of people going, look, there's Jesus, and the other bunch of people will be going, that's not Jesus, that's
That's Neil
Isa.
Haig.
That's Neil Haig, yeah. Before he lost all that weight and got his
Before he cut
haircut.
his hair.
Yeah. Not Jesus, that's Russell Brand. And then the Muslims were going, we don't call him Jesus around here, we call him Isa, and he's just a prophet. And then the other ones be going, he's going to help us try and defeat the Antichrist. Along comes this guy. The Jewish people go, oh look, it's the Messiah, whilst the Christians and the Islamic people were going, there's the Antichrist, and they're all just going to fucking annihilate each other.
Well,
That's the end.
okay. Well, what am I doing at that point?
Me and you are you're playing FIFA,
I'll do that.
and
I
I'm
had a horrible thought you were going to say go to Butlins then, and I was thinking I'd rather be with the fucking Antichrist getting blown to smithereens and go to
yeah,
Butlins.
well,
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah, it's the same thing. I mean, it's pretty much you'll be
Yeah.
playing
But,
FIFA, and I'll probably be watching some sort of I don't know WrestleMania, I reckon,
wrestling.
and
Yeah. British Bulldog.
tweeting you, trying to get you to say stuff in live feeds, just to make myself laugh.
Yeah, that did make me laugh when I saw that. I actually didn't see your message until you'd already done the emu bit. Um, so yeah, getting me to sneak in crisps into a live stream, and it was seamless
It's brilliant.
because Jay sounded like he was in a crisp packet, didn't he? At that
It was
point.
very well done to the point where it really perked me up. Never fails. It never fails. That little game. Sneak a word in there.
Yeah.
Why does why is it funny at 44? Don't know, but
Mate,
it is.
it's always funny. The amount I remember when we were in a band and we used to go on radio shows and stuff, the amount of things I used to sneak in, words like bounce back ability, which aren't even fucking words, but we'd pre-agreed how to sneak it into an interview. Used to make me laugh.
Yeah, still good. Where can people get their CBD from?
They can head over to supremecbd.uk, and once they get there, they can use the code WTAF at checkout and they get 40% off all stuff.
I like at
Tape it off
checkout.
at the
That
end.
was
Tape it off at the end.
it was so good. And you can head over to iconic.com. We are 6 years old now. We celebrated yesterday. And support all the work we do there for just $1.99 for your first month. I think it's $7.99 going forward after that. You get everything we do every week, new shows every day, and
All
all
the
the serious
documentaries all on
documentaries.
there as well. Don't forget
Exactly.
the documentaries all
And your
there.
dad's stuff, all your dad's live events and documentaries he's done, and that video he done from the 80s, that song he put out, um, that lovely bunch of coconuts, his
You
version
know,
of that.
Jay said in the space yesterday, he said, what three documentaries, iconic original documentaries, are just one word,
Mm.
right? Well, earlier in the day, he goes to me, he goes, what two documentaries are only one word? And I went, okay, unnatural. And he went, what three documentaries are? Because he'd clearly forgotten about that one. It did make me laugh.
This is the first one he did.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you in a week's time. Thank you for your subscriptions to the hard on.
YouTube,
Yeah, that's
whatever,
it.
all the stuff we're on. Thanks.
Appreciate it. See you
Yes.
in a week.
Take care, mate. See ya. Bye, everyone.